Hey guys, Delt here. I decided to take a short break from the bar journey and just play my wizard very aggro. I haven't played a wizard a lot this season, so I am ranked very low. Wizard was my main before I started playing bard, so I do feel a little comfortable on him again after the first like 3 games, but those ones weren't necessarily the best. I fully cut the second and just left a clip from the third, so if anyone here has any tips or tricks that I'm not doing, let me know down in the comments. And when I'm in low gear, I typically don't like running 10 spell. I love it when I stack a bit of knowledge, but until then I typically run meditate so I can just clear all the mobs with magic missiles. This time I decided to run intense focus, and instead of clearing all the mobs because it takes so long with the magic staff and the crystal sword, I'm just trying to take all the loot from players instead. Here's how it went. And like I said before, I'm trying to play this very aggro. And so at this spawn, I immediately checked the cage or prison spawn, and I didn't see anyone in there, so I'm just going to kill this bat with magic missiles and a few sword swings. After that, I'm going to sit down and rest because I did waste 1 or 2 magic missiles, I think, while I was in the pregame lobby, because I just wanted to see how much damage it did to the test dummy. And I am very rusty with wizard, especially with the crystal sword clearing the mobs. And at this point I do hear someone above us, so I am eventually going to rush into that spawn, but I'm just trying to take it a little slow so that way I can get fully healed and not take any more damage from the goblins while I'm heading up there. And so here I pulled a bunch of mobs by accident, and instead of trying to kill them all, I'm just going to run into the other spawn and fight the other guy. I do just take a little bit of a loop around so I can attempt to de-aggro some of them, and then I fireball through one of the doors. So right here we run into a rogue. I know that he's there because he just stealthed, so there's a little effect on the screen still. If you're ever playing rogue, make sure you stealth early, because if you do it right when you see someone, they will still see where you stealthed to. And that poor guy was apparently struggling because all it took to kill him was 1 zap and 1 magic missile. I definitely think he was probably like half health. And here I was just going to sit to get my spells back, and then I realized how many spells I was actually missing, so I stood up and placed a campfire instead so we can get them quicker. And right here, somebody's trying to take this escape portal. I don't necessarily want to leave yet, but I did want to fight. So I shot a fireball at him. My mistake was I was aiming for his head. I should have aimed a little bit lower because he just crouched and it went right over him. So right here is really weird in the recording. When I looked left, I saw a pot So I'm assuming someone's sitting down in the darkness where I was earlier. So I shoot a fireball. I actually hit him. You can see the pot when he's standing up, but for some reason in the recording you couldn't see it when he was sitting down. I didn't know what he was, so I kind of slowed my advance until I realized he was just another wizard and he was probably like 1 health. And I was able to finish him by shooting at the goblin that he had to run by. That actually is a very easy thing to do with wizards since you do get splash damage too. And the goblins and mobs in the game are always much easier to hit than the players are. And once again, I'm sitting to recover some spells. I'm missing a few fireballs at this point. I actually hear an escape portal spawn, so I stand up and I open it so that way I have an escape if I need it. But I do run around just to see if I can get into another fight or open the big chests that are here to finish my inventory space before I leave. Alright, and that's basically it for game 1. We were able to sell everything. I also sold the lantern that had 2 weapon damage for 150 gold. I was trying to sell it for more, but people weren't wanting to buy it for that much in trade chat. In my second game, I got into a fight with another wizard, and it was through a door. I actually messed up and I fireballed the door in front of me, and that's what lost me the fight. So I'm just gonna skip out of that one. And game 3, I was clearing a mob and a ranger came and ran at me with a short sword. I actually killed him, but he also pulled like 3 death beetles. So as soon as he died, the death beetle shot me and I also died. Here's that clip. And I'm always down to say my own mistakes so other people can learn too. When I haste invised here, I juked him, but I should have ran a little bit further before I intense focused the fireball. Instead, I tried to do it basically point blank. I missed and he was right up on my face. Luckily in that last game, I was running complete base kit other than the Alchemist spellbook. Right here, I decided to put on a tiny bit of gear because I'm starting to get a little bit more confident on the wizard. And here's our 4th game. So this spawn, if you ever get it and you want to be super aggressive, all you need to do is kill these mummies as fast as you can, keep running through the door, and there's another spawn directly to your left. That's exactly what I do here, and you'll see what happens. This necklace was actually insanely lucky. Max health is great for wizard because you barely have any. Move speed is great for wizard because you can kite more. That's basically why I'm running without any gear on. And additional magic damage is the best stat that you can stack. And this one has +3, which is the best one that you can get. This necklace was so great to pick up from a random mummy. And so right here, I'm expecting another person on the other side of the door. Again, that's why I rushed this way as fast as I could. I cast Intense Focus early, so that way I can just shoot a quick fireball when the person is hopefully not suspecting. That's exactly what happens. I haste invis back in and didn't realize that I actually killed him, so I just wasted 1 haste and 1 invis, but it's better to be safe sometimes. And this is exactly why I say this spawn is dangerous, because you can have people come from here, you can also have them come from above you. Just to be safe, in case someone did come from above me, I am going to clear this one mummy and grab the protection shrine, and then I'm just going to finish clearing the room so I can get all of the sellables from the bookcases, the shelves, whatever you want to call them. Right here I messed up and I actually walked back into the Goblin Mage's shot. It's not the hugest deal. We're just gonna make sure that no one's around us and then finish killing it. We're gonna loot up and then I'm gonna sit down and get some spells back. And I kind of got bored of sitting and wanted to go get into more fights. I am missing one fireball and one magic missile, but I figured that would just be fine. And right here, I heard a bard above me casting Tranquility, so I know he's a little bit hurt, and I want to get there, so I'm just trying to figure out which way I want to take, and then I start to go look for him. Unluckily for me, neither direction was cleared, so I actually pulled these goblins down onto the spike trap to help me clear them since I don't have the best melee damage. And right here we heard another escape portal in the direction that I'm heading, so I just decided to go open that so I had some sort of safety net, and then I was gonna go keep looking around to find some more fights. It is always good to just cast Intense Focus when you have it. It doesn't have a timer on it, so you could just literally cast it whenever and it won't expire until you fully cast a spell. These also weren't necessarily the best gloves, but I did decide to swap them out because it gives me some will, which is more damage to everything, including my crystal sword. It's also 2 additional physical damage, which also helps the crystal sword. The gloves I was wearing before were basically just 3 strength without much more increases for us. And here we did find a warlock, so I'm just trying to kill this goblin as quickly as I can, so then I can pressure him too. That was a really bad fireball. For some reason I thought he was going to step forward, but he didn't. And then I go back in to try to mess with him again. And instead he just takes the extract, so I just decide to leave too. Game 4, we get the spider room, and I don't want to be here. I want to go fight people, so I try to leave as soon as I can. I have to clear a couple mobs, but it's not the worst. So I want to go through this door directly in front of me. If you're ever wanting to do this too, just be very careful about the skeleton archer or the skeleton crossbowman that's in the jail cell. He will hurt if he hits you. So just try to play it a little safe, bait out his shots, open the door, bait out his shots, leave, shut the door. And I was actually on a different variant of the map than I thought I was. I thought I was going to go into the big main room there and I wasn't really paying attention to the minimap. So instead, I decided to go through this door, which means I need to kill another goblin. And there's actually a dead goblin there, which means that there's people nearby. I've actually seen a good amount of rogues just camping in this dark corner, so I'm trying to just be a little careful of that. Listen, see if I hear anything. When I don't, I decide to keep going. I start moving toward the tunnel extract, because there's typically some people there too, and so that's what we do. And here we run up to a murder scene. I skipped through the lobbies, so just to inform you, there was one really geared wizard. He had a cape, he had a good spellbook, he had a good crystal sword, and I see at least one dead caster on the ground. I can't really tell what he is, but I'm hoping it's him, so I want to kill whoever killed him, so that way I can get the loot. Barbarians are wizards counters, so if you ever fight one, just know it's going to be a long fight if they have Iron Will, and you need to not get hit like I did. Basically, one Achilles strike swing and one Francesca, and I'm below half health, so I need to play very carefully here on out. I'm actually just trying a magic missile here because I know I don't have a lot of fireballs left, and for me to hit the fireball, it's a lot easier if I use intense focus because people don't expect it to come out as fast as it does. And that's the second direct hit fireball. He actually backs up really far, so at this point I'm assuming he's low and I'm gonna go try to finish him with a couple zaps. The first zap missed, but the second one hit, so he's definitely hurting. Once again, the first zap missed, but the second one hit, so we get the kill there. That was a very difficult fight. Wizard versus Barbarian is hard. And then I get here and realize it's just another base kit wizard that died to him, which is pretty sad. I thought it was going to be the other guy and I was going to get a bunch of loot, but it's not how it worked out, sadly. And right here I am planning to campfire, but I do want to bandage up first, just in case someone else comes by, because since this is the extraction tunnel, a lot of players do come here. And I don't want to be caught off guard with like half health, getting up from a campfire and like having to wait for the health pots to heal me all the way. If I'm missing spells, whatever, I'll try to deal with it. If I'm missing health, that's not the best because we already don't have a lot. And the tunnel just opened, so we do know that we have a safety net if we need it. I am going to look around for some more fights, and if I need to run away, I will. I am pretty quick right now. My Lightfoot boots give me about 12, 13 move speed. I don't know for sure. It's 11 plus 1 agility, so whatever that is. And then I also am not running pants, shirt, or a hat, so I'm just gaining move speed. And we do hear someone on the other side of this door, so I'm deciding to take the fight again. It ends up being a cleric, which also isn't really the easiest fight for wizards. They can somewhat just out heal your damage if they play well enough. And if they have Holy Strike, that just makes it even harder. This guy was actually running Smite, so I was just trying to keep my distance, and we'll see what happens. I was expecting this zap to get the kill based off the amount of times that I hit him, but it doesn't. And that smite doing 90 to 95% of my health was terrifying, so I just took the extract. I didn't get kill credit, but I did spectate after, and I was trying to like left click, right click to get to him. There was only one wizard left in the game, so he either died to the zap burn after I left, or he died to the dark swarm. Either way, I'll take that as a win, even though it was terrifying and we don't get credit for it. Alright, and that's going to be it for the video today. If you want to see more wizard content, please let me know. If you want me to go back to Bard and only play Bard, let me know too. Thank you so much for coming and for enjoying the videos. I really appreciate each and every one of you that stick around through the entirety of them. I hope you all have a great day and see you next time. Peace.